Good day, and I would like to welcome you to our music education online class. Today, we will learn about the vocal music of the Romantic period. In this module, we will discuss about the characteristics of an opera of the Romantic period. Together, we will explore the basic concept and process in music through appreciation, analysis, and performance for self-development in music education. Are you ready? Our learning competencies are: identify the components of an opera, classify the different vocal ranges and voice types of an opera performers, and listen perceptively to selected art songs and excerpts of opera. But before we begin our lesson, let's have some pre-test. Directions. Locate and circle the word related to vocal music of the Romantic period inside the box. The words may be arranged horizontally and vertically. Match the words found to the questions given below. It is the book that the composer and the librettist put together. A solo singing part sung by the principal character. It is usually characterized by elaborate costumes, scenery, and choreography. It is the lowest male voice. It is one or more singers performing without instrumental accompaniment. Good job! Before we proceed to our lesson in music education, let us recall our past lesson in the music of the classical period. Directions. Read the following statements and choose the letter of the correct answer. Write your answer before the number. Who was known as the poet of the piano? What form of composition for one or more solo instruments, usually consisting of three or four independent movements, varying in key, mood, and tempo? Who was known for symphonic poems where he translated great literary works into musical composition? Who was the French Romantic composer that showcased his famous musical composition in a five-movement symphony called Symphonie Fantastique? Who was known for his ballet music and became famous after he composed the musical poem Fatum and Romeo and Juliet? Good job! For this session, we will discuss about the Romantic opera, classifications of different vocal ranges, and voice types of opera performers. Vocal music of the Romantic period. Vocal music is the best tools in expressing one's emotion, and this vocal form became more conspicuous during the Romantic period. Romanticism coincided with the Industrial Revolution in Western Europe. The opera provides the best opportunities for all aspects in the music of Romantic period to be combined into a single form. Romantic operas can be characterized as extravagant spectacles, with a tendency towards heroic and epic subjects, supernaturalism, mystery, and passion. Dominated by the Italian style with its multiplicity of close forms. But in 19th century, Italy, France, and Germany continued to develop their own styles with special qualities that were indigenous to each. The opera is a musical composition having all of the most of its text set to music, with arias, recitative, choruses, duets, trios, etc., sung to orchestral accompaniment. The opera is usually characterized by elaborate costumes, scenery, and choreography. Components of an opera: 1. Libretto, the text of an opera. Librettist and the composer work closely together to tell the story. 2. Score, the book that the composer and the librettist put together. The score has all the musical notes, words, and ideas to help the performers to tell the story. Often, there are operas with overtures, preludes, prologues, several acts, finales, and postludes. 3. Recitative, declamatory singing, used in the prose parts and dialogue of opera. Different roles in operas are created, taking into account different types of voices. Each role requires a different type of singer, not only able to sing a given vocal range, but also with certain voice characteristics, colors, and power. 4. Aria, an aria or solo singing part sung by a principal character. This song is what the public will remember best when leaving the opera house. Properly and well sang, a beautiful aria can bring an audience to its feet and decide the fate of the entire opera. It is also important to know the types of voices of singers. This will serve as a guide for singers on their choice of songs and vocal quality expected of a singer or opera character. For male voice: tenor, highest male voice; baritone, middle male voice. It lies between the bass and the tenor voices. It is the common male voice. Bass, lowest male voice. For female voice: soprano, highest female voice; coloratura, highest soprano voice. It is lyric, bright, and full sound; dramatic, darker, full sound. Mezzo soprano, most common female voice. Strong middle voice. Tone is darker or deeper than the soprano. Composers like Verdi, Puccini, and Wagner saw the opportunity to explore ways to develop the vocal power of a singer. Greater range of tone, color, dynamics, and pitch were employed. A cappella, one or more singers performing without instrumental accompaniment. Cantabile, in a singing style. Capo, head, the beginning. Coda, closing section, appended to the movement or song. Dolce, sweetly. Falsetto, a weaker or more airy voice, usually in the higher pitch ranges. Glissando, slightly quickly between two notes. Passaggio, parts of a singing voice where registered transition occur. Rubato, slight speeding up or slowing down of the tempo of a piece at the discretion of the soloist. Tessitura, the most comfortable singing range of a singer. Vibrato, rapidly repeated slight pitch variation during a sustained note to give a richer and more varied sound. For our activities, activity number 1, who's that voice? Directions. Listen to the following links below, an excerpt from different arias. Identify the dominating vocal range by putting X on the circle.
voluta, viviane dolci fremiti che suscita l'amore, poiché quell'occhio al cuore onnipotente va.
Activity number 2. Directions. Compare the two vocal works by listening to the given link below entitled Gretchen am Spinnrad by Schubert and Mutian ng Pasig by Abelardo. Write their characteristics.
Das Grab, die ganze Welt ist mir vergällt. Mein armer Kopf ist mir verrückt. Mein armer Sinn ist mir zerstückt.
Let's wrap up our lesson. What can I say? Directions. Complete the given words below in connection to the vocal music of the